Hello everyone. Welcome to another learning session of Foundation of Programming at CodeMode, where you learn by practice. Currently you are learning about web development, and in today's class we will learn about web page working model. Before I start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, especially if you are watching on YouTube. For complete course and practice, go to our platform my.codemode.us. Let's begin. In any computer program, especially whether we are talking about a web-based program or regular Python or Java program, we typically captures the data, we process the data, and we store the data. And we also show data back to the user. However, if we create a program that runs on my computer or runs on your computer, users who are connected on the internet will not be able to use it because the program is running locally on my computer unless we create a web page. So a web page is a means to capture and show data to anyone who is connected over the internet. Typically a web page is developed using three pieces, and we'll learn more about it in the next class. We call it HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Second important thing about a web page is that it lives or hosted, the right word is hosted, on a computer called server. And third and important thing is it is served to the user in the web browser such as Chrome or Firefox or Microsoft Edge. The web page is not sent to the browser unless it is asked for. Now, in a nutshell, you have, and I'm going to talk about request and response model here in a minute, but typically a web page is created and kept it on a computer, and it waits unless somebody calls for it. When you talk about a website is nothing but a collection of web page. It is a computer program similar to Python or Java, that lives on a computer. We also refer that as a server. So it's a collection of program. It's a collection of web pages. A website is a collection of web pages. It is a program that resides on a server. And when you use a computer browser like Chrome and request a page, when you go to www.codemode.us, this is basically a program that is running on a server. So when you open a browser and type this website, you are making a request, and the server responds by sending you a web page that is displayed on your computer. So you request a page and you receive a response. That is a typical model in which all the websites work. So in a nutshell, a website is nothing but a collection of web page. Those web pages or the website basically is a program. It lives on a server, which is nothing but a computer. But the reason we call it a server is like you go to a restaurant and you order food and somebody serves the food to you. Unless you ask for the food, you're not getting a food. That is the typical model of web. You have to ask for a page and server returns you the page. Again, you ask for another page, server will send you another page. This whole request response model is what drives the whole internet. So typically if you go to Facebook and you request, Facebook is another, when you say www.facebook.com, actually you are requesting a program that is running on a server, Facebook server, and it responds to you by showing you the first page, typically is a login page. Now you go and enter your user ID and password, and you click OK button, or and that the data you entered sends back to the server again, The data is sent back to the server again. And on the server side, your user ID and password is checked against the data stored in the database. Because whenever you created your account with your user ID, password, name, whatever it is, you send the data to Facebook. Facebook created your account, but what it means is it's stored the data on the server. So next time when you log in, the user ID and password is checked against the database to see if there is a valid user and the password is matching. And if yes, then Facebook takes other data like your post and other thing and send back in another web page. If your user ID and password is wrong, Facebook will return a page saying, sorry, invalid user ID and password, some sort of message to inform you that your user ID and password is not valid and it is part of the account security, so that only you can access your own account and your data. So that is how Facebook, anytime you go to facebook.com or google.com, actually all this you are requesting a web page which is residing on a computer or a server. All of this work in what we refer as 3-tier architecture. What I mean by 3-tier architecture is you are connected to internet. This is your laptop, and when you request a page, the page returns, and we refer that as a presentation layer. The data is presented to you. When you send the data is processed here. Your user ID and password is checked against the database. So typically any computer in any web-based system or software or an application has these 3 clear pieces: the web page or presentation, the application that goes the process. This is where the processing of data takes place, and finally this is where the data is stored. So this is processing, this is storage, and this is presentation. Actually, it's already written here. These 3 parts or these 3 tiers, what we refer, is typically referred as 3-tier architecture. And this is good to know that any computer program, typically including web-based applications, have these 3 distinct layers. Now that's all in today's class. If you have any question, post it in the community on my.codemode.us. Also take time to solve the quiz associated with this concept. It will not only make you practice, but also test your knowledge and understanding. I'll see you all in the next class. Keep learning.